We now learn about L'Hopital's rule. And put simply, when studying limits, we'll often be faced with limits looking like this. The limit, as x tends towards some number a, of a quotient of one function over another. So let's say f of x over g of x. Now, when this limit leads to an indeterminate form of the type 0 over 0 or infinity over infinity, then oftentimes we'll be able to make use of L'Hopital's rule to evaluate this limit. And as we can see here, what this rule tells us is that the limit as x tends towards some number a of f of x over g of x is equal to the limit as x tends towards that same number a of the derivative of f of x divided by the derivative of g of x. And I should say, although this rule is typically written like this as x tends towards some number a, it also holds if x tends towards plus or minus infinity. So I'll write a little x tends towards infinity as well here. There we go. All right, now to illustrate this rule, I'll go ahead and work through 3 examples. And I should say each of them serves a purpose, so I would recommend watching this whole thing. So let's go ahead. I'll quickly write the first example. Here it is. We need to evaluate or find the limit as x tends towards 0 of e of 2x minus 1 over sine of 3x. All right, now first, if we try and evaluate this limit directly, well, let's see. As x tends towards 0, e of 2x tends towards e of 0, which is 1, and sine of 3x tends towards sine of 0, which is 0. In other words, this whole thing tends towards 1 minus 1 over 0, which is therefore 0 over 0. And hopefully it's clear that the 0 over 0 we have here corresponds to one of the 2 indeterminate forms I listed up here, and so it's worth trying out L'Hopital's rule. And so here I'll quickly write using L'Hopital's rule. Instead of studying this limit, we can study the limit as x tends towards 0 of the derivative of e of 2x minus 1 over the derivative of sine of 3x. And so we could go ahead and state that the limit as x tends towards 0 of what we started off with, so e of 2x minus 1 over sine of 3x, is equal to the limit as x tends towards 0 of the derivative of e of 2x minus 1, which would just be 2e of 2x, over the derivative of sine of 3x, which is just 3 cosine of 3x. Okay, now considering this limit, on the numerator here, as x tends towards 0, this e of 2x tends towards e of 0, which is 1. So the numerator tends towards 2 times 1, and that's over the denominator, which as x tends towards 0 will tend towards 3 times cosine of 0, and since cosine of 0 is 1, that just tends towards 3 times 1. So I could state that tends towards 3 times 1, and so we can see right away that this whole thing tends towards 2/3. And so that would be the final answer. And we're done. Thanks to L'Hopital's rule, we've just evaluated this limit. Now, at times when we first use L'Hopital's rule, the second limit we'll obtain will again be an indeterminate form of the type 0 over 0 or infinity over infinity. And when that happens, we can repeat the process again. In other words, we can apply L'Hopital's rule several times in a row. And let me show you how that works with example 2. And I'll quickly get that written. Here it is. We need to evaluate the limit as x tends towards 0 of 1 minus cosine of x over x squared. Well, again, first of all, let's establish whether or not we're actually faced with an indeterminate form of this type. In the limit as x tends towards 0, the numerator here, well, it will tend towards 1 minus cosine of 0. And since cosine of 0 is equal to 1, the numerator we have here will therefore tend towards 1 minus 1. And on the denominator, as x tends towards 0, hopefully it's clear that x squared will also tend towards 0. So we have 1 minus 1 over 0, in other words, 0 over 0. So clearly we're faced with the indeterminate form of 0 over 0 again. All right, now using L'Hopital's rule again, and I'll just write HR this time. There we go. We can go ahead and state that this limit as x tends towards 0 of 1 minus cosine of x over x squared is equal to the limit as x tends towards 0 of the derivative of 1 minus cosine of x And let's see, well, the derivative of 1 is 0, and the derivative of cosine of x is negative sine of x. So the derivative turns into 0 minus negative sine of x. In other words, the derivative is sine of x. And that's over the derivative of this denominator, x squared, which of course is just 2x. There we go. Okay, now let's study this limit. So in the limit as x tends towards 0, the numerator here will tend towards sine of 0. And sine of 0 is equal to 0, so we have 0 on the numerator here. And that's over the limit as x tends towards 0 of 2x. And I'm sure it's clear, as x tends towards 0, 2x will also tend towards 0, so we have 0 over 0 again. All right, so once again we're faced with an indeterminate form, and once again it's of the type 0 over 0, which tells us, remember, that it's worth considering L'Hopital's rule. So let's go ahead. Underneath this equal sign here, I'll put another one, and I'll consider the limit as x tends towards 0 of the derivative of sine of x over the derivative of 2x. In other words, I'll go ahead and write that this is equal to the limit as x tends towards 0 of the derivative of sine of x, which is cosine of x, over the derivative of 2x, which is just 2. There we go. And now evaluating this limit, we have the limit as x tends towards 0 of cosine of x, which tends towards cosine of 0, which is 1, and that's over 2. In other words, this limit is simply equal to 1 over 2. And we're done. We've just evaluated this limit by repeating L'Hopital's rule. All right, now that we've seen these two examples, let me finish with one last example in which I showcase the fact that L'Hopital's rule also works in the case where the limit is as x tends towards plus or minus infinity here. And so for that, I'll just make a little bit of space. I'll move to the side like this. There we go. And I'll go ahead and write example 3 here. And once more, let me quickly get that written. Here it is. We need to evaluate the limit as x tends towards positive infinity of x cubed over e of x. All right, well, just as for the previous examples, let's quickly establish whether or not we need L'Hopital's rule in the first place. So let's see, in the limit as x tends towards positive infinity, the numerator we have here, x cubed, will also tend towards positive infinity. Similarly, the exponential e of x that we have here, well, that's an increasing function, and when x tends towards plus infinity, e of x will also tend towards positive infinity. So this limit is equal to the indeterminate form, positive infinity over positive infinity. Okay, so since we have an indeterminate form of this type, we can attempt to make use of L'Hopital's rule here to evaluate this limit. And so again, I'll go ahead and write capital H, capital R here for L'Hopital's rule, and I'll go ahead and state that the limit as x tends towards plus infinity of x cubed over e of x is equal to the limit as x tends towards positive infinity of the derivative of x cubed, which is 3x squared, over the derivative of e of x, which is just e of x. There we go. And looking at this limit, well, again, as x tends towards positive infinity, the 3x squared we have on the numerator here will again tend towards positive infinity, and the e of x we have on the denominator, well, once more, that will tend towards positive infinity as well. So this limit is just equal to positive infinity over positive infinity. Okay, so although we don't know what the limit is yet, we're still faced with an indeterminate form of the type infinity over infinity. So we can go ahead and attempt to use L'Hopital's rule again. And so starting from this result and differentiating both the numerator and the denominator, we can state that this is equal to the limit as x tends towards positive infinity of the derivative of 3x squared, which is 6x, over the derivative of e of x, which again is just e of x. There we go. Now looking at this limit again, and considering the numerator, as x tends towards positive infinity, 6x will also tend towards positive infinity, and so does e of x. So once more, we're faced with an indeterminate form of the type positive infinity over positive infinity. And so since this indeterminate form is still of the correct type, let's go ahead and try and use L'Hopital's rule again for this limit here. In other words, we can go ahead and state that this is equal to the limit as x tends towards positive infinity of the derivative of 6x, which is just 6 over the derivative of e of x, which again is e of x. There we go. And now, in the limit as x tends towards positive infinity, well, 6 just remains 6, and on the denominator here, as x tends towards positive infinity, e of x tends towards positive infinity. In other words, this limit tends towards 6 over positive infinity, which is just 0. And in fact, we could be more specific and state 0 positive. And we're done. Again, repeating L'Hopital's rule several times, we've now evaluated the limit that we started off with. Now let me finish by quickly answering a question that I often come across in class. When dealing with an indeterminate form of this type, so infinity over infinity, it doesn't matter if one of the infinities is positive and the other one is negative. Indeed, in that case, we can still try and use L'Hopital's rule to evaluate the limit. All that matters is that the indeterminate form is of the type infinity over infinity. And so they don't both have to be positive or negative. And if you need to convince yourself of that fact, you could go ahead and redo this third example here, but instead of having x cubed on the numerator, go ahead and consider negative x cubed on the numerator. In which case you'd have a negative infinity on the numerator here and a positive infinity on the denominator. You'd go through the whole process again, and in the end here you would still reach 0, but it would simply be a 0 negative. And there we go. That's it for this tutorial on L'Hopital's rule.